It is currently 11:36. Good evening, everyone. Well, night/evening. Night has fallen, the evening is upon us. Before we recline to our beds for the night to be with our families, let us sit down together and just have a small discussion. About the spirit of the warrior. Today is Thursday, and though I originally planned to make up for my Wednesday discussion today, I decided instead to do just do the normal Thursday discussion, just count as a loss against myself. And I apologize for that, truly, that I was just so tired I passed out. I won't lie, I'm honestly exhausted even right now, but hopefully some rest will fix that for me this weekend, or sometime. But today's discussion topic is a little different, but it's still very relevant to the fact at hand of the spirit of the warrior, or the warrior spirit. As you see on the screen, it's a picture of a turkey vulture. One of about 20 to 21 turkey vultures that have been outside my door for the past week or so. For those that don't know, I'm actually a photographer on the side. I have sort of a pretty good one, in my personal opinion. Well, the camera's a really good camera, but I try to take some very good pictures with it, and this was one of the ones that really stuck out to me. This little vulture here. But there have been a lot of them, and the idea of tonight is sort of just a discussion of what is or isn't a sign. What is a way to recognize something that inspires the spirit as a sign? And I'm not saying in the sense of this is a symbol from the gods to you to say, hey, this. I'm more saying in the sense of it's something that inspires you and brings a change in your soul, brings out something different, and that is what I mean by a sign. It's a symbol of inspiration, I guess. Sorry. So, looking at the picture, but also the many vultures. They started showing up one day when I was driving home from work. I was driving up to my parking lot and I saw them just start circling around. I grabbed my camera, sat there for a minute. I saw them actually taking flight and flying around. Snapped a few pictures, went about my day. The next morning, I step out, going to the car. There's 3 of them roosting up in a tree. The day before, there was one of them that was just sitting there. I see the 3 of them, smile, sort of to myself, just chuckling at the vulture sitting there, drive off to work. I come back, there are 3 vultures. There's still 3 vultures there. I don't know if they're the same. I don't know if they're different. And every day, it is increased by one vulture that has been in that tree. But at the same time as there being a few here, there's about a dozen in another tree nearby. But this one tree always has a bunch of them. And really, there's a lot of things I could look at that as. Because one of the things it inspired me with was sort of looking up instead of looking just ahead. Looking up instead of just looking down. Looking up instead of just looking around. I always look left to right or right to left. I always look ahead or behind, down, but I never look just up. And I never look for something that's just peacefully there. I always look for something that's there with a purpose. So, to have been seeing these birds these last few days always there, sort of just an interesting thing that's sort of been giving me some ideas. Why is it that seeing them, my warrior spirit, my own spirit, is suddenly pulsing with energy? It's an inspiration, I feel, to expand my horizons, but it's also an inspiration of, what's the best word to describe it? I guess to look beyond just what I've been looking at these last few weeks. That makes any sense? And in some ways, you could say that that's what the vulture represents. The vulture represents coming times. Some cultures are seen as an omen. In some parts, it's seen instead as a harbinger of hope, of change. But even in others, they're seen for divination, for tracking, for finding. And of course, divination and observation is one of my specialties, one of my things I love to focus on. It's why I am a photographer. It's why I do the work I do. Communication, observation, discussion, divination. So, and that was sort of what really got this picture sticking out to me. The one, because if you look at that wood, it almost looks like some kind of necklace around it. And I see it and I'm like, just the angle lined up perfect. And I love the picture. But it could also show, like I said, just a symbol of inspiration of find that good picture or find that moment. Look past what you have before. Quit looking, just stop looking only a few directions. Look at all directions you can. Always keep open eyes and an open mind. And maybe something shall pass. Looking at my reading with the tarot, my reflections and analysis of myself, a recurring theme is something will be coming and you need to know how to react. You will need to react to it. That's a common thing that's been showing up. The vulture represents the end of one era, the start of another. For all we know, that is exactly what this is saying. I could be watching or I could be sitting here at the cusp with something about to happen, almost prophesized, or is inspiring me to remember what my tarot readings are, and that I need to be ready and looking for that change that's going to happen. But perhaps you guys see something different. I would love to in the comments hear what you guys think. And I shall see you guys in the morning for the morning prayer. Have a nice night, my friends.